Honey.
Honey.
Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey.
Join Honey.
All right, so today we're gonna take a deep dive into a controversy that's been brewing in the online shopping world. You know, that Honey browser extension that everyone uses, the one that finds all the deals and stuff.
Yeah, the one that's supposed to save you money.
Exactly that one. Well, it turns out that they might be up to some shady stuff, and we're gonna break down exactly what's going on and what it means for anyone who shops online.
You know, it's interesting. This whole situation really highlights how complex this world of e-commerce is, especially when you bring in things like influencer marketing and data privacy. It really makes you question who benefits from all these quote-unquote free tools.
Yeah, no kidding. So we've got two main sources for this deep dive today. First, we have a news article from the Express Tribune that lays out some of the accusations against Honey. And then we're also going to be looking at a pretty heated Reddit thread from r/scams. So we're getting perspectives from both traditional media and, the online community. And honestly, chances are you might even be using Honey yourself. So we're going to unpack what these accusations actually are, what they mean for you as a shopper, and what bigger questions this raises about, just browser extensions in general.
Well, to understand the controversy, you have to understand Honey's core promise. It's a pretty simple idea, really. They claim to automatically find the best discount codes for you when you're checking out online, saving you time and money.
Right. It's like that little helper that pops up and says, hey, I found a better deal for you. It sounds great on the surface.
Exactly. But these recent allegations suggest there might be a whole lot more going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. And a lot of this stuff came to light because of a YouTuber named Megalag. They have a massive following, and they're known for kind of doing these deep dives into tech and consumer issues. So they released this video accusing Honey of some pretty questionable practices.
And it's safe to say that the internet kind of lost its mind.
Oh yeah, the backlash has been intense. But let's get into the specifics. What exactly is Megalag accusing Honey of doing?
Well, one of the main accusations is that Honey isn't always showing users the best possible discounts. In some cases, they found that Honey seems to prioritize codes from its business partners, even if those codes offer smaller savings than other discounts that are out there.
So they're kind of playing favorites.
It seems that way. In fact, Megalag showed a specific example in their video where Honey highlighted a 5% discount for a product when there was a 30% discount code available from another source.
Wow, so it's not just about finding any discount, it's about which discount they choose to show you.
Right, and that raises questions about transparency. Is Honey really acting in the best interest of the consumer? Or are they manipulating choices to benefit themselves or their partners?
Yeah, I always thought of Honey as like a neutral tool, just helping shoppers save money. But now I'm not so sure.
And it gets even more complicated when you factor in influencer marketing.
Okay, so for anyone who might not be familiar with how this works, a lot of online content creators like YouTubers or bloggers use these things called affiliate links. Basically, these are special links that give them a small commission when someone buys a product through their recommendation.
It's a way for them to monetize their content and get compensated for the work they put into creating reviews or tutorials or whatever.
Exactly, and for a lot of creators, these affiliate links are a really important source of income.
Absolutely. It allows them to keep creating content and sharing their expertise with their audience.
But Megalag is claiming that Honey is messing with these affiliate links. Like they're swooping in and reattributing sales to make it look like the purchase came through Honey, not through the influencer who actually recommended the product.
Which would essentially be stealing their commission.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious accusation.
If this is true, it's not only cutting into the income of creators, it's also undermining the trust between those influencers and their audience.
Right, because if I follow someone and I trust their recommendations and I buy something based on their suggestion, it seems pretty unfair for some third party to swoop in and take credit for that sale.
It really throws the whole idea of authentic recommendations into question.
And, I was looking at that Reddit thread we mentioned earlier, and people are freaking out about this, especially creators who rely on those affiliate links for income.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal for them.
There's even this one comment from a user who said that their brother bought them a lordship title 2 years ago through an influencer link, and they still haven't received anything.
Oh, wow. It's tough to say if that's directly related to Honey or not, but it definitely highlights how complex these online transactions can be and how there's a lot of potential for things to go wrong when you have all these different parties involved.
For sure. And beyond the Reddit thread, the backlash on social media has been crazy. People on X are calling Honey predatory, and they're really concerned about data privacy.
Yeah, there have been concerns about Honey's data collection practices for a while now. Some people even brought up past security concerns that Amazon raised about the Honey extension.
So this isn't exactly a new issue.
Not really, but Megalag's video seems to have brought all of these concerns to the forefront.
And it's gotten people talking.
I have a natural distrust of Honey. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I naturally distrust Honey. And I don't. Okay, all right, guys. All right, we're gonna stop. Everyone, listen. I don't know what it is, but my gut tells me that nothing in life is free. So where's all these savings coming from? And like the money that people get from Honey, I don't trust it. They push so much advertising. They push so much advertising on YouTube. They do brand deals with other YouTubers. I think they've even offered me, and I said no because I just don't trust Honey. I have a feeling there's gonna, in like a couple years, there's gonna be the great Honey conspiracy of like 2022. And I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's fine. And like, I got no problem with like the concept of an app that like clips coupon codes for you. That's great. That sounds great on its surface. But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it. But why do they spend millions on advertising? And then people are getting money out of it, and then people are saving money out of it, and that makes sense, but the other part doesn't make sense, and then something's going on here. Where's all this money coming from? Where is Honey getting the money?
In fact, some Reddit users are even suggesting that Honey's actions could be considered fraud, and that legal action might be a possibility.
Now, it's important to remember that at this point, these are just allegations. We need to wait for a more thorough investigation and for Honey to respond to these claims. But the fact that these accusations are even being made is pretty concerning.
Yeah, no kidding. And honestly, I think this whole situation raises some even bigger questions about the hidden workings of the internet and the tools we use every day. Like, we're just scratching the surface here. So stick with us for the Process 8. Part 2 of this deep dive. We're going to delve into the wider implications for e-commerce and online trust. It's going to get interesting. So it's like we install these browser extensions to make our lives easier, but we don't really know what they're doing in the background.
Right, it's kind of like a black box.
We're trusting them to save us money or find the best deals. But this whole Honey thing makes you wonder, what else are they doing with our data?
Well, Megalag's investigation suggested that Honey could be using some pretty sneaky techniques, things like cookie stuffing or link cloaking.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, those sound kind of shady. Can you break those down for us?
Yeah, so basically these methods can trick websites into thinking a sale came from Honey, even if it actually originated from an influencer's affiliate link.
So even if I'm trying to support a creator I like by using their link, Honey could be swooping in and taking credit for the sale.
That's essentially what Megalag is suggesting.
And that's a problem for a couple of reasons, right?
Definitely. For one, it means those creators aren't getting the commissions they deserve. And secondly, it erodes the trust between those influencers and their audience.
Because if I'm buying something based on a specific person's recommendation, and then some random extension gets the credit for that sale, it just feels dishonest.
Right. It raises questions about the authenticity of those recommendations.
So it's like we're being manipulated without even realizing it.
In a way, yeah.
And this isn't just about influencers either.
No, it goes beyond that.
This situation makes you think, what are other extensions doing behind the scenes?
Exactly.
How much do we really know about how they operate and what data they access?
We often give these extensions access to some pretty sensitive information, our browsing history, passwords, even credit card details in some cases.
And we just assume they're going to use that information responsibly?
But as we've seen with Honey, that's not always a safe assumption.
So what can we do about it?
Well, I think the first step is awareness. We need to be more critical of the extensions we install. And we need to understand the potential risks involved.
So like doing our research before we just blindly click that Add to Chrome button.
Exactly. Take a look at the extension's permissions. See what data they're requesting access to. And if you're not comfortable with it, don't install it.